Can fewer rules actually hurt the farmers trying to do everything right? When Donald Trump's administration slashed dozens of agricultural regulations, it was praised as a win for business. But for organic goat farmers, it sparked a silent crisis. These farmers depend on strict rules to prove their products are natural, humane, and safe. Without clear standards, big producers can cut corners and still use the organic label, leaving small farms at risk. Let's uncover the hidden dangers behind this deregulation boom. Understanding deregulation. Deregulation is a process where government rules and controls are reduced or eliminated. It is often seen as a way to stimulate business by cutting through red tape and removing what some consider burdensome regulations. During Donald Trump's presidency, this philosophy took center stage in various industries, particularly in agriculture. The administration sought to ease restrictions on many sectors, claiming it would encourage growth and innovation. For large agricultural companies, this deregulation was viewed as a victory that allowed them to operate more freely, without the constraints of detailed oversight. However, for smaller, more specialized producers, such as organic goat farmers, deregulation can pose challenges. Organic farming thrives under strict rules that ensure the product's integrity. The rollback of these rules created an environment where larger producers might exploit gaps to label products as organic, without meeting high standards. Impact on organic standards. Organic farming is built on strict standards that ensure animals are treated humanely and that products are free from synthetic chemicals. The cornerstone of organic certification is consumer trust. Shoppers want to believe that when they purchase organic goods, they are supporting ethical, environmentally friendly farming practices. Under the Trump administration, several critical regulations that protected the integrity of organic certifications were rolled back, including the Organic Livestock and Poultry Practices (OLPP) rule. This regulation set standards for how animals should be raised in organic systems, particularly around living conditions and access to the outdoors. Without such protections, larger agricultural producers may cut corners, potentially undermining the standards that consumers rely on. Without proper oversight, the organic market risks becoming flooded with products that don't meet the expectations consumers have when purchasing organic goods, reducing trust in the label overall. Challenges for goat farmers. Organic goat farming is a niche market that depends heavily on clear, strict guidelines to differentiate itself from conventional farming. Small-scale farmers rely on these standards to prove they meet organic criteria, which include humane treatment of animals, sustainable farming practices, and environmental responsibility. With deregulation, there's a risk that these standards will become less stringent, making it harder for consumers to trust the organic label. Large producers, able to exploit looser regulations, may continue labeling their products as organic while using practices that don't align with traditional organic principles. This creates unfair competition for small goat farmers who adhere to stricter organic standards. In addition, deregulation may lead to more ambiguous definitions of what constitutes organic, leaving farmers to compete in an increasingly crowded market, where the term may lose its value and become harder to defend. Animal welfare concerns. The rollback of animal welfare regulations during Trump's presidency raised alarms among farmers and animal rights groups alike. The Organic Livestock and Poultry Practices rule was one of the most significant regulations affected, as it set guidelines for humane treatment of animals in organic systems. By eliminating this rule, the administration allowed for more flexibility in how animals were treated on farms, including whether they had access to outdoor spaces, what kind of housing they lived in, and how they were handled throughout their lives. For organic goat farmers, these changes threaten the core of their practices. Ethical treatment of animals is a key component of organic certification. and removing those protections could lead to practices that exploit animals for profit. This not only impacts animal welfare, but also risks undermining the trust consumers have in organic brands to maintain high standards of care. Environmental implications. The environmental risks associated with deregulation are particularly concerning for organic goat farmers, who often rely on sustainable practices to maintain their certification. Organic farming standards include measures to protect soil quality, conserve water, reduce pesticide use, and promote biodiversity. When regulations are relaxed, it opens the door for practices that may harm the environment. For example, farmers may be less motivated to implement waste management systems or prevent overgrazing, both of which can lead to soil degradation and water contamination. Deregulation could also reduce accountability for environmental violations, such as improper disposal of chemicals or waste, potentially harming ecosystems around farms. Small-scale organic goat farmers typically work hard to maintain a balance between production and environmental sustainability. But relaxed oversight can result in larger operations exploiting these gaps, negatively impacting the environment in the long term. Market dynamics and consumer trust. In the world of organic farming, consumer trust is paramount. Shoppers who choose organic products often do so because they believe they are supporting ethical, sustainable farming practices. However, with deregulation creating ambiguity around organic certifications, that trust is being tested. Without clear rules defining what qualifies as organic, consumers may become wary of products that claim to be organic but fail to meet high standards. This leads to market confusion and potentially lower sales for those producers who genuinely adhere to organic principles. For small-scale organic goat farmers, this can be devastating. If consumers can't rely on the organic label, they may start purchasing conventional products, not fully understanding the difference. The long-term effects could be a shrinking market for true organic products, undermining the very principles that organic farmers stand by and affecting their ability to compete in the marketplace. Legal and advocacy responses. In response to the deregulation of agricultural policies, various organizations have stepped forward to protect the interests of small-scale organic farmers. Advocacy groups, such as the Organic Trade Association, along with animal welfare and environmental organizations, have been actively challenging the rollback of key regulations. One major area of concern is the removal of the Organic Livestock and Poultry Practices Rule, which ensured humane treatment of animals in organic systems. These groups have filed lawsuits and lobbied for stronger protections to maintain the integrity of organic certification. Their efforts aim to safeguard ethical farming practices, protect consumers, and ensure that organic products continue to meet high standards. Legal challenges and public pressure are vital in ensuring the long-term viability of the organic farming industry. The path forward. The future of organic goat farming hinges on maintaining a balance between deregulation and preserving high standards. While reducing excessive regulations can foster business growth, it shouldn't come at the expense of animal welfare, environmental sustainability, or consumer trust. Small-scale farmers must continue advocating for clear, enforceable organic standards that safeguard their practices. Collaboration between farmers, regulators, and advocacy groups is crucial to ensuring the long-term success and integrity of organic farming. If organic certifications are to remain valuable, it's vital to protect the principles of sustainability, transparency, and ethical treatment of animals, ensuring a fair marketplace for all. Trump's deregulation boom may have aimed to boost the economy, but it left organic goat farmers vulnerable. Looser rules blur the line between truly organic and corner-cutting competitors, putting small farms and consumer trust at risk. To protect ethical farming, clear and fair regulations are essential. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more eye-opening stories about farming and food integrity. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay informed and keep supporting sustainable farming practices.